After a long time, we have got legitimate reports in regards to the takeover, and the latest updates can have huge ramifications. As frustrating as it has been, the saga has dragged on for months since the club was first put up for sale back in November. However, according to The Sun, the Qatar Royal is poised to purchase the Red Devils for around £6 billion. Sheikh Jassim has reportedly won the race to the takeover at Manchester United ahead of Sir Jim Ratcliffe, according to the latest reports from The Sun. What is an absolute relief about this report is that it claims even a date has been set for Jassim to take control, with the Glazer family not being permitted to retain a stake in the club. If you're not aware, Sir Jim Ratcliffe, the British billionaire, had been the Qatari bid's main rival, though it is believed that his proposal would have included the Glazers continuing to have shares in the club. Instead, Sheikh Jassim will be completing a full takeover of Manchester United. It is said that he intends to invest in the club's stadium and infrastructure while continuing to improve the first team playing squads. An announcement of the takeover could be made as early as next month as United enter what they hope will be a successful new era. These days, of course, we're hearing positive reports about the takeover, and with the passage of time, people are becoming more and more optimistic. A while back, we covered a report on the channel saying that the Glazers have finally narrowed down their options and they're all on the same page when it comes to the takeover of the club. One of the reasons why the takeover has taken so long is no doubt the fact that the Glazers changed their minds back and forth many times, and it seems as if they've been doing it to get more money from the two main buyers of the club. We should definitely also touch on the fact that the new protests against the Glazers have had a positive impact on the takeover process. When you read the report from The Sun, it mentions that internal discussions among the Glazers have led to them realizing the need to sell Manchester United rather than remaining as shareholders due to fears of a backlash from the supporters. Now, when you keep on reading the report, it suggests the club are increasingly hopeful of Sheikh Jassim coming out on top in the race after lodging a £6 billion proposal, while announcement could be weeks away after the 92 Foundation have already completed their due diligence. Now, if I want to share my personal take on this last part, I don't know what to make of the use of the word weeks away, because as we all know, the definition of weeks away is extremely broad, and I don't want to give false hopes to anyone. In addition, keep in mind that it is understood talks between the Qataris and the Glazer family progressed earlier this month, leading to confidence that the deal will get over the line before November. Now, of course, another thing that I want to touch on in this video is the stance of the Qatari counterpart, who are believed to be ahead in the takeover race of the club. But before we move on, smash that like button if you want Qatar to become the new owners of the club. Also, consider subscribing to Always United for latest Manchester United news. Now, another thing that we need to talk about is that according to the latest reports from highly reputable website The Independent, the Glazers are still waiting to discover whether the Qatari bidders will increase their bid to the £7 billion required to strike a deal. Sheikh Jassim is showing a reticence to go so high, and thus negotiations are somewhat at a standstill, according to The Independent. Meanwhile, Fabrizio Romano has revealed interesting details about what Sheikh Jassim plans to do when it comes to the Glazers and the takeover. A lot of people are off the notion that Sheikh Jassim has to call out the Glazers publicly in an effort to increase the pace of the process of the takeover of the club. With that being said, though, according to Romano, Sheikh Jassim is not willing to come out publicly and call for an end to the takeover stalemate. Romano claims that the Qatari banker is keen to abide by the confidentiality rules of the takeover process. Rain Group, who are working on behalf of the Glazers, have made both Sheikh Jassim and Sir Jim Ratcliffe sign confidentiality agreements to avoid tainting the sale process. But that's it for this video, guys. What do you think of all the reports that we have? Definitely share your thoughts with us in the comment section. And when do you think this takeover process will come to an end? I'm really curious to know your thoughts on the matter. Guys, thank you so much for sticking with me until the end of this video. I really appreciate it. Consider subscribing to Always United for the latest Manchester United news, and leave a like if you found this video informative. It can really help us grow with the YouTube algorithm. If you're interested to hear more Manchester United news, here are some suggestions. But until next time, guys, it's been a pleasure talking to you.